Hello, everybody. Welcome to Maximum Libertarian. I am Brian.
This is Dean.
And we're here today with, I guess, the big topic that we wanted to discuss today is Senator Amanda Chase. Well, we're going to talk about Amanda Chase. She's going to split the vote amongst the Republican Party. Congratulations on that part. But first and foremost, if it's your first time watching us, please click the subscribe button, click the notification bell, and then, Dean,
smash that like button.
Smash the like button, and we will
Twitter.
Share the video. That would help us out a lot. Subscribe to the channel, like I said, and then you can follow us on Twitter at WeAreMaxLib. Well, like I said initially, and I even titled this, Amanda Chase plans to split the vote amongst the Republican Party. So let's just see right here is what she says. It says a huge victory for the Chase for Governor campaign today as the Republican Party State Central Committee chose a convention over a primary. It's official. While I'm a Republican, I'll be seeking the nomination in a primary as an independent. And it's the only way to bypass the political consultants and the Republican establishment elite who slow play the rules or even cheat. They have demonstrated constantly that they are out of touch with the people of Virginia. Now they are only allowing the party elite to participate. Beginning January 1st, 2021, we will begin collecting signatures to get my name on the ballot, and we will need your help as we aim to collect over 50,000 signatures statewide. And then it gives some information right there about if you want to help collect signatures and all that good stuff.
Good luck. That's all I got to say about that.
Yes.
What an idiot.
Well, let me put that back up. Let me put that there real quick.
First off,
go ahead.
There's no such thing as a primary for an independent.
Right.
There isn't. So she doesn't know the system, first off, how that works. She's going to get a taste of what we go through every damn year. Welcome to the party. And she basically, I believe, is doing this because in a situation with a convention, she don't feel she's going to be able to make it. So she's running like a coward away from the Republican Party because she probably won't win in a convention format. So she's like, well, I can just bypass it and go and run for governor as an independent. I have the people that support me. I don't know so much about that because I talked to a few people that, took pictures with her and like her in our area that are friends of mine. And they're like, I don't know, I could vote for her as an independent because it's going against the Republican principles of, how they go with Republicans. They pretty much vow to vote for a Republican candidate, and she may be Republican, but she's going to run as an independent, and she's going to lose votes. But the best thing about this whole thing is she's going to actually split the vote for Republicans. She's pretty much going to give it to the Democrat, which is ridiculous. I mean, if they had any chance of winning, that chance is done gone to the win now, especially if she's on the ballot. So, she made some pretty crucial mistakes there. And, there might be up to 4 people total in the party, in the governor thing. If she gets on and say Denver Riggleman runs and gets on, you have 2 independents there, you'll have a Democrat and Republican, and you'll have a 4-person race. I mean, that's going to split the vote heavily, no matter what way you look at it. It's going to make it like how Caesar had to run with not 8 people in his field. It's the numbers are going to be lower, and it's going to benefit the Democrat because we got Republicans that like Denver Riggleman, you got Republicans that like Amanda Chase, you got Republicans that are like bow down to the party and I'll go for the party candidate, and then you just have Democrats that will be out there, with one candidate. It's pretty much giving it to the Democrats easily, and if we ran a candidate, it'd be 5 people, That's hearsay whether we do or we don't, but you just think about that for a minute, and it's just Big mess. 2021. You know, Jumanji jumps into 2021.
Well, whoever released that statement on behalf of Senator Chase did a really poor job because, one, as you said, you don't run as an independent primary. There is no independent primary. Number two, why she's going to collect 50,000 signatures is a surprise to me, since you only need 10,000, and then typically we get 15,000 to make sure that we're valid to get onto the ballot.
It shows that she doesn't know what she's doing. That's what that says.
That's whoever wrote that, definitely, and she's going to be the person at the top of the food chain, so it makes it look like she don't know what she's doing. She has blatantly said that she is planning on splitting the vote, because she said back in February she told the Republican SCC meeting that if they don't do a primary, that she would run as an independent. So right there, she's throwing up she was trying to force them to do a primary. And as we've talked before, I don't believe that the taxpayer should ever pay for a primary, because now if you want me to pay for it, then I should be able to vote in the Republican, and I should be able to go right over and vote in the Democrat, because I'm paying for both of them. I think it's disgusting. I think it's disgusting that we have to pay for it if they want to have a primary. So in turn, that's the one thing that the Republican Party of Virginia did right, and they made it a convention over a primary. That's number one. Number two, I would love to. He says every Monday night at 7:30, she's going to have a Facebook Live meeting or chat, and I'm going to go in there today, and I want to ask her how many times she has said that the Libertarian Party of Virginia or the Libertarian Party will split the vote instead of voting for who you really want, you know. And I'll put $100. I put my entire salary for the rest. Well, yeah, for the rest of the year, because it'll be one paycheck. But I'd put the rest of my salary on the line, and I will guarantee you that she has blatantly lied and said, if you vote third party, if you vote Libertarian, if you vote whatever, you split the vote. She has now she's getting to join, and now she gets to live everything that she lied about. Had she not been lying about it years ago, it would be a lot easier to get this stuff set up, to get the signature. Maybe not. But she could have made things where it's easier to get onto the ballot. She's been there long enough. She could have made some adjustments to help for having more voices heard here in the state.
Who knows? Maybe this little run, and it may make them think about that, a little bit more. She's going to find out the hard way.
Well, let's go right here. And I saw that this morning, her local affiliate, the Chesterfield County GOP, notified her she was being kicked out of the local party for the controversies upset over Republicans, including attacks by Chase on Republican Sheriff Carl Leonard. So, right here just shows you that what she's done is now they're going to take her and kick her out, and then, all right, she don't win the nomination for the governor. Is she going to be allowed back into the local affiliate? If she don't, are they going to challenge her? They've been pushing her for all this time. Now all of a sudden, she's not going to be allowed back in.
Well, then she really she probably lost her self being a Republican. She just through her party affiliation, they're going to throw her out. So they're not going to take her seriously. So if I was her, if she wants to continue in politics, I highly advise that she leave the party.
Well, she don't need to decide if she's going to leave the party or not. She's already. They've kicked her out. Now you've got this going on. So in turn, what I believe she should. This would be a great opportunity for her to honestly have anything that might have rubbed the Republicans the wrong way. She now can come out and say, all right, I'm going to run as an independent. And she might could go over there and get, because look, as a libertarian, I know that there's issues on the right and the left that I agree with. So I could go over to the Democrats and go, okay, this is an idea that I like. I'm going to run with it. She could be a spokesman. Now, it's not going to say that she's going to go anywhere with it, but she could actually start pushing it down the road and actually being a voice and being an actual independent and not being held to a party standard. Because the Republican Party can pretend that they have a standard, but they don't. They've blown up the budget. You know, they've created the wars, these endless wars. I don't know. Show me a constitutional conservative, and I would love to see it. I don't see one. I see names, people claiming to be one.
Yep. Your biggest thing there is like, okay, so she's an independent. I mean, if you look at it, Denver Riggleman now is a true independent. He has spoken heavily out against some Republican views. So, a good job to him. I appreciate him doing that. If they're going to screw with their own people that are trying to do good and trying to make maybe inroads with other political parties, and maybe do something that is libertarian, like what he did with officiating a gay wedding and some of his ideas, good. That is what is good about that. He is an independent now, independent voice who never really was a big I'm a governor person. He came from a small, entrepreneurial situation. I mean, he was in the government. He was working, deep in the government, but what he does is he does brews beer and he's a entrepreneur. So the whole entrepreneurship part is, I think, where he lines up well with being able to speak out against, heavy regulations and things like that. So that's a great, Amanda Chase, she has an opportunity too. Like I said, her decisions, she take it the right way and run as an independent and say to hell with the GOP establishment. And it's possible, if this keeps up with this division, and it's happening in both major political parties, you could actually see the Republicans branch out and fall apart, crumble. I mean, because really what the Republican Party now is a party of Trumpers, and it's not really a party for, say, of what they used to believe in. You're not really constitutional conservatives. They're not really small government. Let's be true. This is all true. If you want small government, libertarians is the way to go. Constitutional conservatives have reached out to me already for my run for delegate because they like me over the other person. So at the end of the day, they have an option to come over and try to take what they believe in and match in as much with the Libertarian Party as possible, either to be a libertarian or just be an independent and just stay as an independent and vote on their belief system. Because the best way of government, and Lacey Putney was a good one for this, is working for the people. He was an independent delegate in my district. I've looked up, I did a lot of research on him. He decided he started as a Democrat. When he left the Democratic Party after the first 2 years that he ran, and he started doing things for the people. He didn't care about party lines. It was about what's best for the people. And that's what us libertarians, we do what's best for the people. We never are really, it's not about the party as a whole. We push the party. It's about principles. The principles define the party. If you're a principled libertarian, you're defined by a party. But like any party, there's always factions in that party. And it's true in the Libertarian Party also. You have the Mises Caucus, the Radical Caucus, all these caucuses within the party. We need to get back to just being an independent message. in every single political party, they need to follow a message. And it's very, very, very visible that they decide to go the Trump route with the Republican Party, and it's left a lot of people behind. And Democrats have the same problem with the socialist movement within their party, which is actually gaining steam. Don't ask me why. Young people believing these AOC types and Bernie Sanders types. And so there's the situation. You have two parties that are broken, very broken, that are leaving some of their people behind that are going to take advantage of that, i.e. Denver Riggleman. If he runs Amanda Chase, she should take advantage of that. What she doesn't like about the Republican Party, she should very much bring up. That's just the way I see it.
Right. She should, but I'm betting, man, she won't.
No, because she wants to try to stick to her Republican principles as much as she can, so she thinks she could get more votes. The unfortunate part is a lot of the party followers that are Trumpers are going to not vote for her. Point blank. When you get to the ballot box, it's the Republican Party or am I going to vote for this independent and hurt my party? It's one of those things.
But see, she's been one of the main cheerleaders. I'll guarantee you she's made the statement that if you vote other than, you're wasting your vote, you're splitting the vote. So now she gets to join what she always talked about. I have no sympathy for her. I mean, I think she's done this, and I have no sympathy for the Republican Party nationally or statewide. They've done a bang-up job running people out. Now, I don't think that President Trump has been the greatest guy that I've ever seen, nor is he the most libertarian president of all time. What I do see is he has vote that the citizens, that people in America don't like, and instead of pushing it and trying to take what he said, he'll throw a lot of nonsense out there, and what needs to be done is let's look at what he said and repackage it. Let's make it a little bit cleaner. Trump's right. The news media is fake news. The news media is more of an enemy of the people. It's not doing its job. It's not holding anyone accountable. The only time that they hold people accountable is if they dislike the individual. And then if they don't like the person, they'll just manufacture a lie and continue to push that over and over again. But the Republican Party, they've bounced around. They've allowed the spending, the out of control spending, the endless wars. Don't tell me you support the police officers. Don't tell me you support the troops by sending them to an endless war or putting police officers in harm's way by sending them into a war zone because of the stupid war on drugs. So I'm glad to see. I'm glad she's splitting the vote, but somehow.
Don't blame us.
What's that?
Don't even blame us.
Oh, don't worry. They'll blame us somehow, some way. It's not a mandatory. Remember when Ken Cuccinelli ran against Rob Sarvis and Terry McAuliffe? What did they do? Bill Bolling wanted a primary just like this. He never ran. He never endorsed Ken Cuccinelli. Ken Cuccinelli lost. It was very close. Bill Bolling could have came out and said, I endorsed Ken Cuccinelli. I asked all the Republicans to please support him, even if that's not who he wanted, even though he wanted to be the governor. He could have easily had done that, but what they do, they say, well, it's Rob Sarvis, and then they manufacture a lie about Rob Sarvis getting all this money from a Texas GOP super PAC or some nonsense. So they get to live with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I'm not upset about it. No, it does make me upset. That'd be a complete lie. But this is where we're at, and I think anyone that listens to this should go on Monday nights and ask Amanda Chase, why did she waste her time? I know she's been wasting her time telling people don't vote third party. She probably voted for Donald Trump. That's one of the reasons I'm not a big fan of her, is because I think she tries to parrot Donald Trump. There's only one Donald Trump.
You know, it's good. A good question, and I might jump on there and put it up there. What? Okay, Miss Chase, you're running as independent. What are you planning to do to appeal to a libertarian?
Well, you can do that. You could do that.
Let's see if she answers it, because you know what? I'd like to hear what she. And then you take what she says and you try to fact check it and find things that she didn't say was true.
Right.
But I mean, she could have a change of heart because now of all the things that happened. You don't know.
Oh, see, now what it'll be is she's very supportive of the Libertarian Party because she wants our signatures. She probably wants us to go out there and canvass for her and things of that nature. Well, that's not going to happen. You know, I've got other people to canvass for or other things to do.
Yeah, I got my own campaign that I got to worry about. You know, what do I care about her? You know,
she's not going to make any waves. I mean, all she's going to do is really split the vote. And honestly, if you look at how Trump lost, I understand this is a blue state. Once again, I'd still stand by it. If you activated the 1.9 million people that stayed home, you could have. That's who you should have tried to activate. That's who you should have tried to convince. You're not going to convince the folks who voted for Joe Biden. You're not going. Obviously, you already had the Donald Trumpers. But what you should have done is you should have tried to activate the people who stayed home. Just like that's what we should have done. You know, that's my main goal. I can't convince a Republican or a Democrat. The only people that I can convince there is people that are on the fence line that are getting tired of voting for the two-party system.
And you know, it's our state party is gaining steam. No matter what way you look at it, I think it really is gaining steam. We have positions being filled by very competent individuals. I think we have a good thing coming even further with our party, and I'm proud to be a part of that. I know you are. I mean, we feel that sometimes that we don't do a good enough job, but I mean, if we didn't do it, who would? You know, we need to find, like you always say, we need to find our people that take over for us. But I look at it like this: we're better than we were a few years ago, and we'll continue to be better than we are as we go forward. We just got to stay on message. We got to stay on things like that. We can't let what's going on in these other two parties have any kind of influence. At the same time, we don't need to be pulling people that want to push the Republican message in our party either.
Right.
Or the Democratic message. We need people that if they truly are sick of their party, if they truly are on the fence, if they truly are independent or fed up with the way Republicans are, they're constitutional conservative and they've been left by their party, or they're believe in social justice and been left by the Democrats, or you're that Democrat that's kind of closer to the blue dog Democrat, which is more of an independent Democrat, and now you see the socialism thing. We got a place for you, because they're the people that we could appeal to because of our message of being a very much fiscal, responsible, small government party, and also the social justice part, where the blue dog Democrats kind of would match us with us. That's where we need to, if people are upset, that's why you need to come to the Libertarian Party, because you will fit in. Whatever your big thing is on either of those two sides are, if you're in those, those quote unquote areas of your party that you were left by your party on, they're the things that the libertarians could continue to spread. Small government, a fair tax, and then on the other side, marijuana legalization, drug legalization, criminal justice reform. If that's what you're passionate about, there is another party for you.
Right.
I'm saying there is another party for you. You don't have to stay with your two major parties, because you're not coming back. I hate to say it. It's going way too far socialist on the left, and the small government Republicans, I think that's day and age is their ship floated away.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, I think we're at the 25-minute mark. I know we're at the 25-minute mark.
Yep.
Thanks for jumping online with me to discuss the Amanda Chase issue. Please, if you're watching us, please click the subscribe button, click the notification bell, and then you can like and share this video. Smash that video. Smash that like button, and then follow us on Twitter at WeAreMaxLib. So until next time, I'm Brian.
And I'm Dean.
We will see you tomorrow.